Hi guys, just waiting for YouTube to catch up so I can mute. See how long the lag is. I don't think I'm gonna need that keyboard. There we are. Well, I saw there was at least one person here, maybe two. I've been seriously having so much fun playing with little bottles of things and colors and inks and just making little bottles of colors, and I thought you guys might enjoy it. So and maybe give you some ideas, who knows. So say hello if you're here. Wondering who's lurking. I know people like to lurk, but that's fine. I know it's kind of late, but hi Laura. I know it's kind of late and a lot of you are probably ready to go to bed, but I seriously just woke up about 2 hours ago. I went to bed about 5:30, 6 in the morning this morning. So anyway, how you doing, Laura? They've made some changes to Patreon, which I think are kind of interesting. I was thinking about checking into that again. There was a point in time where I had a Patreon account, but it just was like too much work. It was like too much responsibility for me at the time. So I sort of just forgot about it. But I've been thinking about maybe getting into it again because apparently you have the ability to have a Patreon account and people can have like a free level where you can do stuff on there and people don't actually have to pay for it. So I thought that sounded kind of cool. So I might look into doing that. I just thought it might be fun, Anyway, hi Helen, you're a night owl. Yeah, well, I am too, apparently. So, anywho, so I've been wondering what to do with all my inks, and I don't necessarily want to work with the acrylic inks, but okay, so here's how this started. So I have all these color burst. These are basically inks. Some people call them, powdered watercolor or whatever. These are Ken Oliver color bursts, but really they're just ink, water soluble ink. They're not pigment. I don't think they're pigments. But anyway, so I have those, and then I just have a few of these magicals, and I just never use them. Like, they sit around, and I mean, they've been in a drawer for years, and so one day I thought, okay, I need to use those, but the biggest reason that I don't use them is because I don't like how messy they are. And how unpredictable they are. And they're fun. They're fun, but I guess I'm more of a control freak. So I like to be able to sort of have some control over what's going to happen. And so these are powder, and obviously water soluble. So basically the idea is you sprinkle them on your paper, either wet or dry. If you sprinkle them on the paper dry and then spray it with water, they just kind of like explode with color. And I'm sure you guys have seen that kind of thing before. Or you can wet your paper and then sprinkle the powder on. Or you can put some in a little dish and then add water to it and use it like paint. But I kind of don't really, I mean, I have lots of watercolors, so I don't really need more watercolors in that sense, you know, where they're in a palette or whatever. So you don't have any of these, Laura? Well, you know, I don't know if you need them or not. There's another company that makes them. They're called Brusho, and there's probably more, but I got these from Stampington and Company a long time ago with my gift certificate when I had a journal published in Green Craft magazine, and I think I got like a couple $100. And so this was one of the only things they had in their catalog that I thought looked interesting. And I got some other metallic watercolors and stuff too. And then someone sent these to me. I don't remember who. Anyway, so see, I have lots of them, and they came in like sets of 5 colors or something. Anyway, so what I did to kind of make them more user-friendly to me was I ordered a bunch of dropper bottles. I think these are like 2 ounces. I think they're 2 ounces. They might be 4 ounces. They look bigger than 2 ounces. Anyway, I got a box of these, and I think I got like 48 of them. And so I just dumped the powder, use a little funnel, dumped a bunch of powder in there, and then filled it up with purified water so that, you know, hopefully there aren't microorganisms in them. But I did save back a little bit of each color so that, you know, I could do it again, or I could maybe mix colors or something like that. But so I made one bottle for each color, and it's great. I mean, it's super concentrated, like very, very concentrated. And so I labeled, let me get to a page here where I can kind of swatch them a little bit. Anyway, they're just really fun. And it's like, you know, Dr. P.H. Martin's makes liquid watercolors. There's a lot of other companies that make liquid watercolors. So I just turn these color bursts into liquid watercolors. But I like metallic stuff too, and, you know, shiny, sparkly stuff. So see, it's pretty intense. You still have that magazine? Oh, yeah, that was pretty cool. I thought that was really neat that they, you know, some lady from the magazine just was looking through Etsy and saw one of my journals listed. And if you see the my like the thumbnail on my live stream, when it's just like, you know, just sitting there, just the thumbnail, there's a journal that's pictured there. That's the journal that she asked if they could show in their magazine. Anyway, so I wound up doing all these colors. So I've got fuchsia, lemon yellow, alizarin crimson, you know, and you can see that they're very concentrated, but they haven't really, you know, like they haven't separated, you know, like they've stayed liquid. So these are fun to just, you know, drop. You can just drop different colors into each other, and great for backgrounds. And they're in these handy dandy little dropper bottles that, see, that's the orchid, and see how concentrated it is. So that one I probably put too much powder in, but that's okay. I know that it's really concentrated. And once you add water, then it, you can definitely see the color coming through. But yeah, super fun. Anyway, so then I started going through all my other like inks and just all my stuff. And I thought it would be fun to try to make some of these into metallic watercolor. And so I've been looking around trying to figure out what I already have that I could use to do that. But I didn't want to make like giant bottles of it. I just wanted to make smaller bottles so that they would be cute, Anyway, so I ordered these little tiny little dropper bottles off of Amazon. And they're so cute. I mean, they're so cute. So they come 15. There's a package of 15. And I think they were like $7.99, something like that. And they're just adorable. They're like for perfume and essential oils and stuff like that, But yeah, I mean, they're just so cute. Anyway, and then I had a whole bunch of, not a whole bunch, but I had some of these little mini spray bottles too, that had alcohol inks in them. And I don't know, I found all my alcohol inks too. They were in the laundry room for some reason, like in a box. And so I have this huge bin of all these alcohol inks too. And these were in there. So I cleaned them up as best I could. There's some staining, but I thought it would be fun to use to make some sprays too. Anyway, so I just thought it would be fun to hang out and make some more little colors. And I can show you some of the things that I was also thinking. So I also have, these are the Paul Rubens neon watercolors, and they're pretty vibrant. Like, they're pretty vivid. Even though all those liquid watercolors are pretty vibrant, I thought it might be fun to try to make a couple of neon colors and add maybe some iridescent, like medium to them or something. So I'm going to try to do that. But what I think I should do is, this is that just purified water. It's not distilled water, but it's purified water. So I'm just going to add some water to a couple of these colors to see if I can pick up like a good amount. Let's do that pink. See if I can pick up a good amount with my brush or even with a little dropper to try to make some neon. Let's do the green too. It's going to add like a good amount of water to each one. And I'm just going to let these kind of sit. So we'll do yellow. I guess I don't need to do both of those oranges. Let's just do this orange. And that pink, add another dropper full. And the green. Yeah. That one I don't need to do. I'm going to get that water out of there. Anyway, so I'll put this aside and kind of let those just rehydrate or whatever. And then, so for metallic stuff, I have this iridescent watercolor medium. So I could just add some of this to any of these colors and it would make it sparkly. But I kind of want more than just that. Like, I want more than just sparkly. I want it to be metallic. So I have some metallic acrylic inks, and also some PH Martin's inks. And I know these are permanent when they dry, but I don't know if they're acrylic or not. Like, I'm assuming that they probably are. But anyway, so I have a couple sets of these iridescent and metallic PH Martin's inks. So I thought, could use some of those. And then I do have some metallic Liquitex inks, which are definitely acrylic. And yeah, so there's a silver. It's just crazy when you get going, there's just so much stuff. There's all this stuff. And then there's these aqua bronze metallic pigments that have watercolor binder in them. So I used one of those in one of these. Which one did I use? Yeah, this one. So this one is ultramarine blue and the aqua bronze gold. And it came out kind of cool. I'll swatch it so you can see how it looks. But I did just a little tiny little swatch on the label there. Your water is turned off, Laura? Oh no. How did the line break in your backyard? You're in California. It couldn't have gotten that cold, right? Anyway, but this aqua bronze stuff is really interesting. It's like it doesn't completely mix in with the color, and it kind of so it sort of floats to the surface, but it's pretty neat. It's pretty cool. So you can see the undertone of the blue, but then that metallic gold is just on the surface. Anyway, I just think it's really fun. And if you get a good amount of water with it, I noticed that it sort of crackles when it dries. Oh no. Anyway, so it's kind of fun. See in the light? Anyway. So that's how the aqua bronze kind of works out. And then this one is the violet with the PH Martin's copper. Okay, and so I can see this little dot on there, but I know you guys can't. So this is the PH Martin's, and then the violet. I'm not going to dig it out, but you do have to shake it up because the metallic stuff does settle to the bottom. So here's how that turned out. And I just love these little dropper bottles. They're so cute. So you can see the copper in there. After it dries, you can see it better. And then this one, I used the this Kuretake gold ink. It's got a ball in there, so you kind of have to shake it up pretty much every time you use it. But this is the alizarin crimson with the Kuretake gold. And it acts different than the aqua bronze gold. It doesn't float to the surface like that does, because the aqua bronze is actually metal flakes. And so they don't really dissolve. So they kind of are just floating in the medium or in the water, Anyway, you can kind of start to see the the copper in there. And then this is how the gold. It looks a little different when it dries, but it's super fun, right? Anywho, so I pulled out, I've got all my metallic watercolors too, because I thought it would be fun to maybe try some different tones of gold with different colors, and also silvers, a bunch of different silvers. So I'm going to do some of those, and then there's these the Kuretake opal colors. So these are mostly just like iridescent, but they do have a color to them. So I thought maybe I could try some of those too. Anyway, so lots of good stuff. So let's pull out some more colors. Oh, and then I have this little can that I'm gonna store these in, and they'll be like my little alchemy kit of fancy metallic colors. And I can fit 3 rows in here just perfect, and I think I can get 5 across, and I can go 2 deep, so I can do a bunch, and they'll all fit in my little can. I love little boxes. And I do want to say to you guys, thank you very, very much for all of your kind words after my video where I talked about my brother and stuff. It was very nice to hear from you guys. So yeah, so thank you for all of the kindness. I also wanted to show you guys this real quick, and then I promise I'm going to get busy. But I've had these 2 little vintage bottles for a long time. I mean, years. And I've had them kind of sitting on a shelf with these 2 little like oil-based enamel paints. These are like for models, you know, if you build models. And I've just had them sitting on a shelf, and they had all this dried up ink in them. Well, yesterday I decided, okay, I'm going to see if I can get that ink out. And I never tried before because I thought it was probably oil-based and it would be really difficult to get it out. But it turned out it wasn't. It was water-based, and so it came out pretty easily. Anyway, so I filled them both with, this is the aqua bronze. And I just added, water to it. Hi, Tamar. And so you can see, I love that stuff. Can you guys see how cool that is? It's like liquid metal. It's just the neatest thing. Anyway, so I thought those were so cute. This little gold. So that one says Carter's Gold Ink. And then I did the silver. And the silver doesn't look the same. Like, it looks more like, I don't know. It just doesn't have the same kind of look. But anyway, so I have those. I have a silver one and a gold, and I just love them. Anyway, so those will fit right there on my desk. So let's try something different. Okay, I've already done the ultramarine. Let's try, I've got a couple greens that I want to try. A few greens. Let's do something with this chartreuse. So I want to see how dark it is before yeah, this one should be fine. So in these little tiny bottles, since these colors are so intense, I have been adding a little bit of water to them because they really are concentrated. So, okay, so let me add. I'm going to add 3. Well, might as well do 5 dropperfuls of this chartreuse color. And then What kind of metal should I put in there? Let's try it with silver. See how it looks with silver. Here's the silver. Silver P.H. Martin's. It's probably going to just look like white, but so just one dropper full of the silver. I'm going to add just a tiny bit of water. Because that P.H. Martin's ink is pretty thick. Anyway, it looks so cool. Hi, Tamar. How you doing? Ooh, this is going to be fun. I just love doing stuff like this. It's so relaxing and kind of like meditative, you know? It's definitely got, see, look at how those, when they dry, they look so cool. And you can definitely see the copper. Oh, last message about journal. How long ago did you send it? The message. Anyway, so let's wait and see how that looks when it dries. But that's the chartreuse. I really like that. I think that's really pretty. I have some other like small bottles and some other like little vintage bottles that I thought I could use for inks. I love this one. This was a this came off of some kind of decanter or something. But it fits perfectly on this bottle. And I thought that would be great for like a dip pen, you know? And then of course I have about a dozen more of these big. I think I did then. I saw that you put a deposit on one of the journals. There's only 3 left, so I'm going to try to fulfill everybody's requests as far as which one they wanted of the new journals. Hi, Carla. What are you doing up, you goofball? Okay, let's try the, before I label that, well, I guess I could label it now. We're playing Alchemy, Carla. Oh, where's my pen? There it is. Oh, and your Halloween journals? Right on. You got your Christmas ones done, huh? Plus pH silver. I don't think I need to add any more silver to that. I think it came out perfect. And then just take the dropper and add a little sample on the label. And I'm mumbling too much, you guys. Okay, and then I gotta let it dry like that. Oh, I love that chartreuse. I think it turned out perfect. Okay, and then this one is lime green. I'm going to test it first. It's pretty dark. Which tells me that I should add a little water to it. So I'm just going to do, oops, 2 dropperfuls. Wait. 2 dropperfuls. And then two dropperfuls of water. And then let's see. We could add bronze. Yeah, let's add bronze. Now, this is acrylic, but I think it'll be okay. I mean, it's all water-based, and I don't think it's going to, you know, dry up in the bottle. And it's not a sprayer. So, ooh, that's a, you know what? This dropper is too fat. So, use one of these little tiny pipettes. There we go. It's pretty dark. I think I'm going to add a little bit more bronze to it. Maybe a little bit more water. Just kind of top it off. There's bubbles in there. Well, these are inks that I made out of the Color Bursts powders. So I added the powder to the bottle and then added purified water to just make it a liquid ink instead of dealing with this messy powder. So now I have like 20 colors of this ink. The only one that got weird was there's one color that got super weird, and it's the tangerine. Look at what happened. It's like somehow it like congealed or something. I don't know. It's really weird. I could still use it, but it's the only one that did that, and so it kind of separates. I don't know. Maybe there's some kind of weird ink in it or something that made it do that, but oh, I bet they are cool. Yeah, this is pretty dark, but that's okay. That's okay. Oh, I think that's pretty. I mean, I don't need it to be like overwhelming, you know. I mean, it's not like I don't have a ton of metallic watercolors, but I just thought these would be fun when doing like backgrounds, like, you know, watercolor backgrounds for doodling on and stuff. I just thought it would be fun to have these like metallic ones, sparkly ones, to just add here and there, you know. Anyway, so we'll see how that looks when it dries. I bet it's going to be beautiful. I'm just going to make a label. So this one is lime green plus Liquitex bronze. And then I'm making my own little yeah, but that this tangerine, this isn't Liquitex. This is just, oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, like the base color could be something weird. Because that is one of these. Like it was the tangerine color. So, but that's okay. I mean, like I said, it still works. But I'm not stressed about it. I just thought it was weird. That was the only color that did that. Anyway, add my little dot and set it out to dry. I'm making my own little, like, a little set of fancy inks, Carla. See, I have this can and I'm just putting them in here. Yeah, so I can fit 15. I can fit 30 in here. So that's perfect. That's perfect because I have 30 little droppers. So I love doing this kind of stuff. Can you guys tell I'm excited? Anyway, so let's keep going. Okay, we did the lime green. Now let's do the phthalo green. So let's test this out. And then I'll do a little swatch card for the whole set once I get them all finished. Destiny is calling. Yeah, and these came out super concentrated, Carla. Like I could have probably used half the amount of powder that I did, but it's okay because I know it's really concentrated. That's why I'm doing this little swatch test first. So and I'm going to try to do some neon colors too. But I know that those are going to be kind of different because they've got a lot of, they have pigments in them, different kinds of pigments. So I don't know how those are going to work, but I'm going to try. I'll do one and see if I like it. Might as well do 3 dropperfuls. And I'm just going to add a dropper of water because I know it needs it. Okay, 2 droppers of water. And then what kind of metallic? Let's see, how about this brass? Might be pretty in there. Very yellowy. Oops. Anyway, so what are you guys up to? Just probably laying in bed, going to sleep, huh? It's definitely sparkly. You're not lurking. Okay, so this was, whoops, phthalo green plus pH brass. I wish I had smaller labels, but that's not terrible. I might add a little bit more brass to this, a little bit more. This would be nice for Christmas, huh? Okay, and then this is a color. It's called Terra Vert. I don't know if I want to do that one. I think 3 greens for now is enough. I feel like a chemist. You know, like back in the day. Okay, that's ultramarine. Back in the day, artists had to go to a chemist. Oh, that's sepia. That would be fun. They had to go to a chemist to get their pigments. And they always mix their own paints, you know? So, yeah, let me show you guys what this tangerine looks like. It actually works. See, it's a pretty orange. But I don't know. And then there's fuchsia. Okay. I'm going to do some more with this Kuretake gold. It seems to work really well. And in the set, they even give you an extra little glass dropper in case one of them breaks, which I thought was pretty nice. Like, I think that's very considerate of them. Okay, so let's do fuchsia. No, because I already did let's do violet with gold. How's that? Give me some good combinations, you guys. Tell me some combinations of colors and metals that you think would be cool. God, look at how rich that purple is. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. God, that's so dark. Okay, I'm just going to do 2, like, it's really like 1.5 droppers of that violet. And then some water. a little more water. There. Yeah, any color with gold, huh? Yeah, I think so too. You can really see the bronze or the copper. These are both. This is copper and this is copper, but the Liquitex one is a little bit more red. Anyway. Blue, silver, and bronze. I think that's enough, actually. I'm going to do a tiny bit more. If you get a bubble in there, sometimes it's really hard to break it. I know. Oh, this is almost just like the... Well, this is the orchid. There's orchid and violet. They're two different purples. So this one here is orchid and copper. So now we're doing violet and gold. So we'll see. Oh, it's pretty. Oh, it's pretty. Aren't those fun? And I could use these with my dip pen too. I don't know. I doubt if I could get a dip pen nib in this bottle. No, I definitely could not. But super fun. Did I mention I'm having fun? Okay. I need some fun in my life. Violet plus Kuretake gold. It looks really cool on craft paper, like on the craft color. See? I have a bruise on my hand. I had an IV in my hand yesterday. See how much gold that is? I don't have the autofocus on, but yesterday I went, Sebastian took me. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Look at how cute that is. Sebastian took me to my appointment yesterday. I had to go and get an injection of a numbing agent in my back, in my lower back on one side, because they're testing to see if I would be receptive to, okay, let's do fuchsia. If I would be receptive to this treatment, this is such a pretty color, where they go in with like a needle. Sounds horrible, but they go in with like a needle that's electrified and they can run like an electric current through it. and they, using an X-ray, they inject the needle in, and then they like basically deaden the nerves with electricity in certain areas of your body, and to see if it'll work for you. They do a couple of tests where they just inject a numbing agent in the area where they want to do that treatment. And if the numbing works, then they're pretty sure that the electrical thing would work. So they did the first test yesterday on my left side, and they injected this numbing stuff into 3 of my vertebrae on the left side. And then next time I go, 2 weeks from now, they'll inject it on the right hand side. And then the third time, they'll inject it on both sides. And if they get positive result from all 3, then they'll move forward with doing the treatment. But each time I go, they have to sedate me. Not 100% like out. It's like you're still awake, but like they give you something to, like a Xanax or something. And so I can't take myself. Like I have to have somebody go with me and stay there. Like whoever takes you and drives you home has to stay in the clinic when you go. So Sebastian had to leave work yesterday. Okay, we did fuchsia. Judy said blue with silver and bronze, but then I went to fuchsia, so we'll do blue again with silver and bronze. Well, I think blue with bronze would be pretty. Anyway, so what colors did I do with fuchsia? I don't have any any micas. I got over my affinity for mica powders. They're just, you can go crazy with mica powders. What about you know what? I'm gonna do some of this aqua bronze. Speaking of powders, I'm gonna do some of the aqua bronze in the fuchsia. See how it looks. It's gonna be really, I have to use my little funnel. Just a tiny bit. Like that much. Fuchsia and gold. Okay, fuchsia and gold. Now she says it. Need a little more water. So yeah, so in case you're wondering, I don't know if it helped or not. Like, since for the most part, my back doesn't hurt unless I'm standing. And like, especially like if I'm just standing in one place. And so they want you to like, they give you this little diary where you're supposed to, every 15 minutes, you're supposed to rate your pain level. But it wasn't going to, for 12 hours, you're supposed to do that. And I wasn't going to stand up for 12 hours and make a check mark on a form every 15 minutes for 12 hours. So that, it doesn't, see, this is that metal pigment and it just doesn't mix the same. Let's see. I guess I can see it in there. It's just not, maybe I just need to add more. I gotta think of stuff to do with this aqua bronze stuff because it wasn't cheap. These are like, I mean, I got it on sale, kind of on sale on Amazon, which is the only reason I bought it. But yeah, normally it's like $20 a bottle, something like that, $17.95 or something. I got the set of 3 for $40, and then there was a 15% off coupon, so it wasn't terrible. Okay, I think that looks better. It's a little more metally. Yeah. Anyway, people are dropping like flies now, so maybe I should sign off, but I just wanted to come on and say hi, show you guys what I was doing, because I thought it might be fun. So anyway, that was a good solid hour, huh? Let's do I want to do the blue and silver before we hang up, though. What kind of blue? How about indigo? I know you guys are party animals. Oh, wait, I got to put the label on this first. Hold the phone. What was that? Oh, fuchsia. And aqua, bronze, copper. Yeah. So I'm thinking about writing a book, a children's book. And so my son Adrian and his partner have 2 pugs. And one of them's still a puppy. He's pretty young. But the older one, his name is, God, look at it. It looks like, this is indigo. It looks like black. So dark, but it's really pretty. It's a really pretty color. Anyway, so the older one's name is Lewis. They had another pug before that died in the most bizarre way. But anyway, God, I'm going to really need to add some water to this. I'm just going to do 1 dropper of indigo because it's really intense. Anyway, so they have Lewis. They got Lewis after Franklin passed away. They got Lewis, and Lewis is pretty adorable. He's pretty funny. I tell you, I mean, I get why people like pugs. I do. I'm just afraid that they're so overbred now because they're so popular that breeders aren't being as responsible as they should be as far as genetics and making sure that they have a good gene pool that they're working with, because they're going to wind up with a lot of problems if breeders aren't responsible. I'm just saying, because I used to be a dog breeder, so I know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so they have Lewis, and he's really cute. I don't remember what they call the actual name, but he's like a fawn color. And then they got Stuart, who's like black with some like brown markings or something. I think it's brown. And anyway, so I want to write this book, and I want to call it, I already have a name for it, Lou and Stu in the World. And it's going to be, I don't know if I'm even going to have any like words, but maybe. Anyway, so these are just, okay, preliminary. I'm just, so this is Lewis, and I need to add Stuart in here. So to be Lou and Stu in the world, and they're traveling in their camper, in their little retro camper. So this is the first image. And then this is another one. I'm going to show it to you guys, but it's really messed up. And anyway, yeah. So this is the other one. So here's Stuart at his house. This is where he lives. So, but I think that it would be really cute to make it so that you only see him from behind, like sitting down, him and Stuart, So I'll put Stuart next to him, and he's shorter, he's smaller. So wherever they are in the world, they'll just be sitting and looking at the scenery, But I have like a whole huge list of places where they visit in the world. So I think it'll be fun. Lots of drawings. Oh, thanks, Carla. It's just, it is a little messed up. I've had to go over some stuff and remove a couple things and paint over some stuff, and I just need to finish it. Anyway, I'm going to add a little more indigo to this. And a little more water. Using the P.H. Martin's silver. There we go. I think that's going to be pretty. I love that indigo. Such a pretty color. It's like my favorite blue, indigo or Payne's gray. I don't know if this is going to show up. See, and I made it too dark. Oh, but you can see the silver sparkle in it. Oh, yeah. You can totally see the silver when it dries. It's super pretty. Yeah, it's crazy how, different breeds get popular. And so then, breeders just go crazy, like pumping out as many puppies as they can. And the puppies are cute and they look great, but, and it's not even necessarily a matter of inbreeding. People like to say that. It's not necessarily inbreeding. It's just, it is inbreed. There's a right way and a wrong way to inbreed, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Like, you can inbreed, and every purebred dog is actually inbred to some degree, because that's how you're able to shrink the gene pool so that you're able to predict the results that you're going to get when you breed two dogs. So they do breed family members, but there's what's called line breeding, where you use related animals that aren't necessarily like litter mates or mother and son or, things like that. So you could breed litter mates from different, like, not litter mates, but like you could breed like half brother and half sister. And that's different. Like that's called line breeding, where, like a half sister from one litter out of the same female to a son from a different litter with a different father with desirable traits, breed them together, and then you get offspring. And then maybe you can take one of those puppies and breed it back to that same male. But you've got different, a bigger gene pool, but it's still small enough that you can predict the results. Does that make sense? So anyway, yeah. But you don't want to just keep breeding brother and sister, brother and sister, brother and sister, just because you have all these dogs in your breeding program. You don't just, you have to wait until they grow up and see what kind of results you're getting. It takes a long time to, like, dog breeding is very, it can be really complex, and there's a lot of time and energy and investment put into it. And anybody that's breeding dogs for the money, that they're not making any money. If they're doing it responsibly, they're not making a profit. Just saying, because it's a very expensive endeavor, and the only reason that you should be doing it is to better that breed, to make it better, not so that you can get, support yourself. It's just, you have to be committed to the breed. You have to do it because you love the breed and not because you want to make money. Because if you're doing it right, you're spending more money than you're making. Just saying. I think this blue with the silver looks really pretty because the silver is not too overpowering. I want to see if I can get one of these neon ones to work. Okay. I need a clean brush. And clean water. I'm going to try the orange. I think this might work, you guys. I'm just going to mix gold with the orange, I think. I'm like a little scientist. Whoops. Yeah, I got it liquefied pretty good. And it's pretty concentrated. See if I can get a little bit more. Yeah, bronze with orange. Okay, bronze. We'll do bronze. Even though it's neon. I need more water in there. This might not even be worth hassling with, but because I do have some orange liquid already. Okay. That's a pretty good amount. I mean, it's pretty neon. Pretty neon-y. We'll work on fabric, but watered down as a background. Yeah, but it's not acrylic, so it's just watercolor. So it'll wash out on a fabric. I mean, yeah, if you're not going to wash it, I'm sure it would be fine. Okay, let's do... Let's do bronze. I mean, this is acrylic, but you know what I'm saying. I'm going to do gold with that. Yeah, bronze. I forgot. This is rich bronze. I have two different bronzes. This one's like more orangey. This one's more brown. Interesting. Just doing one dropper. See how it turns out. Oh yeah, of course it went totally weird. Okay, let's see how it looks when it's dry. More vids on Alchemist goings on. Yeah, we'll see. I want to do more videos on this kind of stuff. I really do. I just think it is super fun. And way more different things that you can do, you know? Like I used to do a lot more like playing around with paint and that kind of stuff. I used to do that kind of stuff a lot more, and I know I've said this before already, but I don't know. It's really hard to think of things to make videos about with junk journals, and it seems like everybody and their brother is making junk journals nowadays. So anyway, yeah, I don't know how I feel about the neon colors. I think that needs way more bronze. I think the color, like using the pan watercolor works, like to, wetting it down like that with tons of water. But I don't know if I want to sacrifice my little bottles for my kit, my alchemy kit with neon colors. I don't know. We'll see. And then these magicals I'm going to do somehow. I don't know. I'm going to liquefy them. But these have white pigment in them. And I have white watercolor ink. And I also have white acrylic ink. But, and I took these are the P.H. Martin's drawing inks. And these are very transparent, like very transparent. and they dry with like a gloss, like a shiny gloss. So you can't really work over them with anything like with pencil or anything. But I added some white acrylic to all of these, and I really like how they came out. Like all of these, I got like all these pastel shades of acrylic ink. And like this was like a burnt sienna or something. No, I haven't done the magicals yet. I'll do one and we'll see how it turns out. I'll just, mix it with water. And anyway, let me finish this one. I added a little bit more of the bronze to it. Doesn't really look neon anymore. Now it just looks like bronze ink with some orange in it. So I don't think I'm going to do any more of the neon watercolors, but that's how it turned out. It's pretty, but I don't know. Okay, let's do that. I got to label this first. Hold on, hold the phone. Okay, so this is neon orange plus pH bronze. It's so hard to pick this up off of the Silpat because I have no fingernails. Yeah, I know that the magicals have some white pigment in them because they're kind of opaque. So, see, here's my little kit so far. Doesn't it look like I'm mixing, like, making potions or something? Okay, so let's see. Which one? I'm going to do this one. This is the C'est la vie cerise. It's kind of like a teal color. It's like the cover, like the lid. I'm just going to dump it all in there. And then where's my, here it is. One plunger. Let's do 2 plungers of water. Yeah, see, it's kind of opaque. And it takes a minute sometimes for the pigments to like fully dissolve. But yeah, that's pretty. Okay, well, I might as well do the other ones. Let's do this Bonjour butter. Look at how much pigment is still on that lid. Yeah, there's a ton. Oh my God. Okay, you know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wait until... I don't want to waste this. So I'm going to scrape it into here. There's like a ton of it stuck on this paper. Do that, and then I'm going to add some water to it. See, it's like chemistry, y'all. It kind of has a weird texture, though. It seems like it's kind of like gelatinous almost. Whoops. I might add a little bit of white acrylic ink to this. It's pretty. It's a pretty yellow, isn't it? Ooh, it does look like butter. Okay. I'm done with that. Done with this. I don't think I'm going to mix metallic stuff in with these. I think I'm just going to leave them how they are. But that's a pretty color, isn't it? See, I'm way more likely to use it like this than it, you know, in the powder form. Even though I think they're cool, I do. You know, it's just, I know me. Oh, you guys want to see what I started last night? So I've been trying to get myself back into drawing, and first of all, I didn't have any decent sketchbooks, so I kind of struggled with that. Like, I was going to make myself a couple sketchbooks, and then yeah, anyway, I just wanted one that was already made, you know. And then it's like, I don't have any good subject matter or anything. But then I was like, you know, those vintage mushrooms that came out of that German book, this German book that I have. It's like this German botanical books, like these mushrooms. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to totally draw those mushrooms. Even though they're drawings, like they're not from life. And I know there's a whole internet full of images, but I love those images, you know? So I decided I'm going to start drawing those mushrooms. And so I'm doing those mushrooms. I'm going to do them all. I'm going to try. There's like 10 pages full. And I'm doing them with watercolor pencils. And then there's that one. Isn't that fun? They're so fun. I started these at like 4 o'clock in the morning yesterday, and I was so inspired. You know, I'm just like super excited, and just drawing, just to get back in the practice of drawing, you know, for my book, so that I can, you know, work on my book. I gotta do my book. But I need to get more comfortable with drawing from life. And I think that, you know, even just drawing from these images is going to really help. So anyway, so that was kind of exciting. I'm excited to do those mushrooms. And I like to set challenges for myself. So that's why I said, okay, I'm going to draw all those mushrooms. But and even if I don't draw all of them, because some of them are kind of ugly, but it's a good challenge, and it should be fun. Well, I might as well do 2 droppers. Oh, it's a darker. It's like a. Oh, that's why they call it cafe au lait, because it looks like coffee. Okay. It's a brown. I did not think it was going to be brown. For some reason, I thought it was going to be like a beige, like a really light beige color. Okay. One more magical. And then I don't have to think about the magicals anymore. God, there's a bunch of it stuck on this lid. Yeah, I have some gum arabic too, but, and just adding a little bit of acrylic, any kind of acrylic, whether it's paint or some kind of like matte medium or anything like that, to any of these things that I'm doing is going to give it a certain amount of permanence, so, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I took all of my, my Hemi gouaches and, mixed them all with water and like put each color in a separate container. And I think what I'm going to do is get some of that like ultra matte medium. It's not just regular matte, but it's like super matte medium. And I'm just going to mix some of that medium in with each color. I'll test it on a couple first, but I think that'll be a really nice thing to use for like backgrounds on pages, because then you can go over it with pencil and that kind of stuff. And it'll be waterproof, so I could do inks on top of it or watercolor on top of it. Anyway, there was a little bit more in this one, so I'm going to put a little more water. Okay. So this one's like a deeper turquoise color. Should we swatch them? Let's swatch them. So you can kind of see the sparkle in there, but not really. That's the neon orange and bronze. I don't know if I like that one. Okay, let's start with this one. We'll go in order because this one still isn't 100% dissolved. I can see little pieces where it's not. Swatch. Interesting. It's weird how where I laid it down on the paper, you can still see that mark. I bet you there's something else in these that make it grab like that really fast. It could be just the fact that it's dye and it's not pigment. And so it's like dyeing the paper really fast. Know what I'm saying? Not important. It's just me wondering. Yeah, same thing on this one. It's pretty. It's like a buttery yellow. Yeah, I have never bought those sprays. I don't know. I don't really like sprays that much for some reason, which is why I have, you know, I've got all of these Tattered Angel sprays that I've had for years that I hardly ever used. And I actually have each of those there's like 9 colors there, and I have like 2 more of each color in a drawer in the other room. So I have like 20 or 30 of those things, and I can't get anybody to take them. I ask Carla all the time, don't you want those? And she always says no. Do they even make those anymore? Those Tattered Angels sprays? Do they still make these? I mean, they're pretty. It's just that, I don't know. I don't really want, like, I don't know. I just don't like the unpredictability sometimes. But then I love it when you drop paint onto a page and roll it around. But I feel like I have some control over that, you know? Don't really have a lot of control over things that are sprayed. So yeah, it's a nice little set. I mean, those 4 colors were, they came in a box together. So it's a nice little set. Anyway, so that's how they turned out. Yeah, they're still good. I mean, I've tested them recently and all the sprayers still work, which is amazing. I mean, some of them are almost empty. Some of these ones are almost empty. Like these were probably my favorite ones because they didn't have much color in them. But I think I have like 2 more of this color. Anyway, there's this pink one. Add a fine glimmer. This one's kind of weird. Yeah, no, for sure, Laura. I could totally do that. Or I could send them to somebody else and they could do it. Okay. Well, I had pulled out these like glittery watercolors, and I thought maybe I could mix some of these with some of those liquid ones, but I got to thinking about it, and pretty much I don't see the point in doing that because the pigment that's in these will just disperse. It's not like the glitter is colors in this. It's different, I don't think. I don't know. It could be, but I don't know what to label these. What are these things called again? Magicals. I'm just going to label it that way because I don't want to write the names of each one. And I can tell what color it is just from looking at the bottle. The other ones I had to label for sure with the right color and everything because you can't tell like what color they are, some of them. Like these bottles are so dark, you know. Okay, these can go in my collection. My little collection. It's nice to have you here, Linda. How you doing? It's nice to have all you guys here. Did you see what I was doing earlier? I mean, I'm still doing it. I just Where's the, here it is. I'm playing Alchemist. I don't think I like this, you guys. I think I'm just gonna pour this out on a piece of watercolor paper and spread it out and use it for like a background for something. I don't know. Maybe if I add some of the aqua bronze to it, then maybe I'll like it. Yeah. Do I have a plan? Well, yeah, I mean, kind of. I want to, well, first I'm making my little kit, my little set of metallic liquid watercolors. And then I'm going to use them when I do like backgrounds, like watercolor backgrounds. You know what I mean? Like just abstract painting. But I could use them in like more like proper sort of work too, you know. Like I think these would be pretty on my mushrooms. Like just like a little bit like for highlights and stuff. So I don't know. I might use them. But I just want to fill this little can with yummy little bottles of paint, basically. That's what I want to do. And then maybe we can all hook up, and I'm going to try. I'm going to water down one of these silvers and see if I can pick up enough of it to use in one of these bottles. See, I'm going to do this. Oh, there's yellow in there. Don't want that. There. I'm pulling the water off of the surface of these neon paints. Because I haven't mixed them up. The water is still just sitting on the surface. Anyway, and set these to dry somewhere. Set this over here to liquefy. And let's do turquoise. Let's do turquoise. Which is, again, going to be like super dark. With that silver. Excuse me. Oh, you know what's the other thing I was going to do? So I have this liquid graphite, and I think this would be cool, and I haven't tried it yet, but I think that would be cool to mix with some of these watercolors to do like the graphite colors, like these watercolors that are like muted, you know, but then add some metal to them. Right? Wouldn't that be cool? So that's another chemistry project. Excuse me, I'm getting hungry. That's what's wrong with me. Okay. So that's turquoise. Where's my other dropper? Oh. And some water. Okay. And then let's try to scrub this so I can get a good amount of paint off of this pan. I guess I could just use this, but meh. I just want to try these because I know that these will be still water soluble, like down the road. Just a little bit. Yeah, that's too much work to get paint out of those. I didn't work very hard at it, but that's too much work. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to add some of this silver. Or no, I'm going to add some of the aqua bronze silver. Yeah, I could just take it out of here because this is already mixed with water. This stuff has a really strong smell. Like, it definitely has some kind of solvent in it that's pretty strong. Like, it smells very strong. Like paint thinner, kind of. Okay. Oh, yeah, you can see it in there for sure. You guys won't be able to see it very well, but this is like a cold pressed textured paper, so you can see it because of the texture. But the silver is like actually kind of floating on the top. And because there's like a texture on this paper, it almost gives it like a snakeskin sort of vibe, which is kind of cool. Drop water in it. pretty neat. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming over. It was fun. Made me smile. Made me happy. So, anyway, I'm going to hang out and go eat some eggs or something like that. I make these eggs that my son gave me the recipe for it, and it's called eggs au lait. And basically what it is like a baked egg dish, and you just add, it's going to sound weird, but you add cottage cheese to it, kind of a good amount of cottage cheese. So it's like a bunch of eggs, a little bit of flour, salt and pepper, cottage cheese, Monterey Jack cheese, or I like to make it with the Tillamook habanero cheese, and then green chilies. The 505 Southwest green chilies are really good, the kind that come in the jar. And then a little bit of baking powder. And then you mix it all together. And like, if you guys want the recipe, I'll give it to you. I'll put it in the description, but it's super good. And then you bake it, and it tastes just, if you like chili rellenos, that's what it tastes like. And it's so good, especially like, yeah, it's really, really good. And then, especially like reheated the next day. So I make like a big pan of it because the recipe makes like a 9x13 pan. So I make a pan, and then I cut it into portions and stick the portions in individual things in the freezer. And then I can just microwave it from frozen for like 3 minutes, and it comes out perfect. And like the cheese gets crispy again, and then have it with a piece of, I know it's going to sound weird, but like sourdough toast, extra crispy sourdough toast with butter and raspberry jam, and a piece of that eggs au lait on the side. Oh my God, it's so good. So good. Anyway. Yeah, and I can eat eggs and cheese and that kind of stuff without too much worry about my blood sugar and all that. But, and for the raspberry jam, I just put like a teaspoon on the whole piece, you know. Anyway. I love you guys. Thanks for coming over. And I'll keep you updated. I'll keep you updated. Yeah, you could use any kind of cheese really that you want, but like the Tillamook habanero jack is the best because I like spicy. So anyway. Okay. Anybody have any other questions or concerns? I'm going to do a short live stream on Sunday, and put together the remainder of those journals that I've got offered up, and see if anybody wants them at that point after I put all the goodies into them. So basically, I'm just going to make the bundles that go with the journals. And I thought I would do that on live stream so you guys can see what I'm putting in them and all that. And then I'll get them all put together. And then anybody who has reserved one, I'll send out invoices to those people after that on Sunday. Okay. So once I get all the bundles all put together and stuff. So, okay. Yeah, do wake up call. I'll schedule it. I think it'll probably be in the afternoon for like 3 or 4 p.m. Something like that. About 3 or 4 p.m. on Sunday. So, okay, guys. Love you. Love you again. And hopefully I'll see you on Sunday. Okay. Bye for now. Bye.